Bait is a 2012 creature feature directed by Kimball Rendell. When a tsunami hits the Australian coastline, those inside a flooded supermarket find themselves trapped in there with hungry great white sharks. But before we get into this supermarket shocker, I just want to ask that if you end up enjoying this video, then please consider dropping a like and comment, and maybe even subscribe, as it would really help my channel grow. So thanks. Also, there will be full spoilers ahead, but if that doesn't bother you, then grab your coffee beans flavoured popcorn and whip out your favourite shark bark as we dive into Bait. So the movie begins with this lifeguard rocking up to the beach to find his colleague reading a newspaper in a rather strange way. Morning. Time to get eaten by a shark? I mean, time to get to work. Why would I say that? This fella is our protagonist, who I'm going to call Brent, because that's his character's name in The Loved Ones. And his mate here I'm going to call Chum, for reasons which will become clear shortly.
So you regret proposing to my sister?
No, but I do regret challenging Oliver Reed to a drinking contest last night. Wait, isn't he dead? Yeah. Oh well, here, drink this, it'll cure your hangover. Mate, if you think I'm going to drink a sea urchin in a jar of piss, then you are sorely mistaken.
You're spilling it.
Down at the beach and check out Kex over here. I'm pretty sure he's on the run from the law for smuggling budgies, but Brent has other things on his mind. Excuse me, miss, but you have a nice ass. I'm going to call her Pie, because she could do with eating a few.
Bet you never seen one of these.
What the hell is that? A boglin. A what? But then we see Chum paddling out in the water. And oh no, there's a shark following him. Somebody do something! Not much we can do to affect the movie, I'm afraid. But the shark wants an appetizer first, so it goes for Kex, which is a downright tragedy as it took him months to get into shape. A lifeguard sees it happen and warns everyone, so Brent hops onto this personal watercraft and heads out to save his buddy. But then... Holy crap! Those effects were not good. I believe they were originally meant for 3D. Ah, that explains a lot. Anyway, Brent tries to save him, though he only ends up saving his necklace. But I mean, he's only lost his leg, so he'll be alright. Oh, scratch that. 1 year later and Brent is sat at home all miserable, because this glass table is nowhere near as comfy as a footstool. Oh, and because his mate died and Pie broke up with him too, I guess. Anyway, on his way to work, this crow is like, "Out of my way, you miserable bastard! I'm on my way to a rave!" And so is every other crow in town, apparently. Then we meet another character, and hey, it's Dr. Doom, cosplaying as a badass. 'Cause I'm a badass! But he doesn't look very happy, so let's call him Dr. Mood instead. He's planning on robbing the local supermarket to pay off his debt to this knobhead, which coincidentally is where Brent works now. We also meet this young lady and, hey, she's stealing! Somebody do something! Movie. Oh, silly me, I just keep forgetting. Down in the car park we also meet Larry the Pant, his girlfriend Shoes, and her dog, Gigantus the Conqueror. And Larry, trying to get her in the mood for some lovin', says, you know, I couldn't even get past the first level of Sonic the Hedgehog.
You're bad.
Back to our pilferer, who I'm going to call Nikki, because she likes nicking stuff. And oh no, it looks like LaForce is onto her. So she hides in one of the staff areas, because a staff member would never think to check there. And she finds her boyfriend, who's played by that laddo from Chronicle. Dane DeHaan? No, the other one. Michael B. Jordan? Does he bloody look like Michael B. Jordan? I'm a rabbit. You all look alike to me. But then the store manager, Max Dick, rocks up with LaForce saying,
You know, that's a really cool jacket. Mind if we, take a little peek?
How about new, you crazy Dutch bastard?
Unfortunately, he then fires Jim and calls the cops on Nikki. The cop who arrives turns out to be her dad, though, who I'm going to call Donut. Meanwhile, Brent is busy stacking shelves when he looks up to find Pie standing there. Hello, Pie. I see you haven't eaten since I last saw you. Oh, and you have a new boyfriend. Great. Now, please excuse me while I just sick on myself.
Oh, Jesus, look at you. Go clean yourself up. No, not the customer bathroom.
I cannot act well. I find it difficult. Back to Dr. Mood, who says to the knobhead,
When this is done, we're straight.
I don't think robbing a shop will change your sexual orientation, mate, but I've never done it, so I don't know for sure. Then as Donut is putting his daughter in the car, he notices Dr. Mood entering the store looking shifty, so he follows him in. And oh my god, check out Mr. Not Suspicious at all over here. Then when he gets to the office, he pulls down his balaclava to conceal his face, even though he just walked through the entire store with his face on show. Anyway, he demands the money from the safe, but Max Dick is like, mate, you're robbing a small supermarket first thing in the morning, and you expect the safe to have money in it?
Give me the money.
Okay, fine. Oh, would you look at that? It's empty.
Where is it?
In our customers' bank accounts, you dumbass. Donut then sees him escorting Max through the store at gunpoint, so he whips out his gun and nobody in the store seems to notice either of them. Perhaps it's bring a gun shopping with you day. Oh yeah, I never thought about that. Probably because it's stupid! But just as he gets the drop on Dr. Mood, the knobhead pops up out of nowhere holding one of the staff hostage.
Where's the money?
Good lord, neither of you thought this through, did you? Back down in the car park, Jim goes to free Nikki from her car prison, and she says she's going to go and get his job back. Back in the store, Brent hears a gunshot and goes out to find the masked bastard has shot one of his colleagues, because murder is well known to make money materialise out of thin air. But then they all hear a big rumbling sound, and outside we see a mahoosive tsunami, which absolutely wrecks the coastline. It also floods the supermarket, sweeping everyone off their feet, and not in the romantic sense. The car park fills up quickly too, with this guy like, "Come on, Craig, you can do this! Just don't face plant the floor, oh damn it!" And Larry and Shoes see this guy hit their car like, "Help me, I'm really wet! Ah!" And worst of all, Jim's van gets tossed off.
Very poor choice of words.
So now the supermarket is, to put it politely, absolutely fucked. But conveniently, all the characters I've given names to survived. Funny how that happens, eh? Donut has injured his leg though, which sucks for him. And after Brent rescues Pie, another one of his colleagues, who I'm going to call Soggy, tries to get out of the water but is thwarted by a balloon. Yeah, get out of the way, you inflatable prick! Christ, that balloon's the worst thing about the whole situation. It could burst at any moment. You really don't like balloons, do you? Let's put it this way. I like 'em less than Winter Orb. Whew, and that's saying something. Thankfully, Dr. Mood helps her out of the water. Then Brent sees the masked bastard didn't make it, which is a good thing. But then as Pie's new boyfriend, Sinking Steve, is trying to get out of the water...
Help me! Help me!
He's obviously the masked bastard, isn't he? Ah, he fully is like. Back to the car park where Larry, Shoes and Gigantus find themselves trapped underwater, which would be a nightmare. I mean, imagine if the dog took a shit and you couldn't get away from it. Anyway, Jim is still alive too, and smashes a window so he can get out.
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
My van's upside down and I'm seriously damp! Meanwhile, the others are trying to think of a way out of this mess. Why don't we explode our way out?
Why don't you just shut up?
LaForce says he'll check the loading bay to see if they can get out from there. But bloody hell, man, how slow do you want to go, like?
You got 2 speeds, slower and slower, and you're moving it damn slow and you're gonna grow roots!
Back in the car park, Gigantus notices something outside.
What is it, bully? Why are you growling like that?
Because he's a fucking retard.
I mean, you can't say that. Then they see a tail fin in the murky water, leaving them thinking,
What the hell was that?
and back up top the others see some detritus floating around on its own, which confirms what they've all been worried about. Fish. So Brent tells everyone to get out of the water immediately, but LaForce can only swim at 0.4 miles an hour, so he gets attacked. They try and help him out, but then he changes his mind and just bobs off without his arm, cause, I mean, who needs arms anyway?
What the hell could do that? What is in here?
Acting is what I do professionally, even though I'm not good at it. So, yep, they've got a shark problem, alright.
That had to be 5 feet.
What had to be 5 feet?
6.
6? What do you mean 6?
Max, why are you so stupid?
Because he's a fucking retard.
Back to Larry and Shoes, who remember their car has a sunroof, which is handy. So Larry pops out for a gander.
Hey! Hey, over here!
But then they all realise there's a shark down there too. And it ain't happy either, so it gives the car a schlam.
Do something! You have to do something!
Like what? Ask the fucking thing to go away!
Well, it wouldn't hurt to try. Meanwhile, Max Dick is continuing to be a catastrophic moron by saying to Donut,
You're a cop, right? You gotta do something. For Christ's sakes, do something!
"Aye, alright mate, let me just whip out my standard issue anti-shark cannon."
Why does it keep doing that? Just circling.
It's curious.
Well, you know what they say. Curiosity killed the... shark.
A shark's only curious about one thing.
Whether my voice is seriously bad ADR.
What's wrong with him?
My first thought would be a lot.
But then everything starts shaking, and an electrical cable falls down almost hitting the water. So now they've got to find a way to turn off the power before they all get a good shock. So Brent says he'll swim to the control panel and turn it off while everyone distracts the shark. Which sounds like a fairly solid idea, to be honest. And do they go with that idea? Do they shite? No, instead they dress up Sinking Steve in the stupidest shark-resistant armour the world has ever seen, which looks to provide about as much protection as wearing ham. Thinly sliced ham.
You think this will work?
Absolutely. I would need a cheeseburger with its wrapping on.
Let's see where he's going with this.
But of course, I'm not a shark.
You son of a bitch!
So in he goes, and true to his name, he sinks to the bottom, with the others feeding a breathing tube out to him. And thankfully the shark doesn't pay much attention to him because he looks daft as fuck. Anyway, he makes it to the power switch, but it's just out of reach because the breathing tube won't go any further. So he holds his breath, disconnecting from the tube, and turns off the power, but quickly realises that his dingus suit is weighing him down, and he drowns. Christ, imagine how embarrassed he'll be when they find his corpse wearing that. Well, he is dead, so I don't think it would bother him, really. Nah, Ken, the embarrassment will be so strong it will bleed through into the afterlife. Oh well, look on the bright side. At least Pi is single again, eh, Brent? Sometime later, and Nikki tries to comfort Pi by empathising with her loss.
When my mom was dying, she died 2 years ago.
What? And meanwhile, Soggy is teaching Dr. Mood how to open the packaging on a knife, because he is domestically underdeveloped.
Just peel the two pieces of plastic apart, like that.
Nah, can't be that easy. I'm gonna go give it a try. Back in a sec. Ow! Ow, 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 ow! Are you alright, lad? Yeah, I'm fine. But do me a favour and call an ambulance, will you? I've injured myself doing something completely unrelated. My word, is there anything in this house which you haven't been injured by? Time is of the essence, Ken. Elsewhere, and Jim uses a severed hand from a nearby corpse to distract the shark, so Larry and Shoes can get out of their car and onto the van where it's safer. But just as they're nearly out of the water, the shark goes for them. And Larry, being a dog-tossing dog tosser, tosses the dog at the shark so they can get away. Something which Shoes is very unhappy about. Back to the others, and while Donut is being optimistic...
We're not going to make it out of here, are we?
Brent comes up with an idea. They're going to throw a rope over the pipes above them, then hoist someone up to the air vent so they can climb out to get help. Max Dick volunteers to go, so he ties off the rope and up he goes. But as soon as he looks inside... Oh my god! Crabs! And there's at least 5 of them! So naturally he panics and falls out, dangling precariously above the water. Then he looks at the others and says, Guys, I lied to you. My name isn't Max Dick. I only made that up to sound cool. Okay, what is your name then? Jeff? Oh no! It's only half a Jeff!
Half a Jeff, half a Jeff. Supermarket, half a Jeff. Can he cook or build a shed? Can he fuck? He's proper dead. Look out! Here comes half a Jeff.
Back to Jim, who decides to shimmy across this pipe on the ceiling because he's bored. Nice one, mate. You're doing well, keep it up. Well, they don't call me Jungle Jim for nothing. Don't worry, he gets out okay. But then Larry falls in because he's a goof. And he isn't so lucky as the shark tears him to pieces. Kinda well deserved after tossing the dog to it, though. Elsewhere, Dr. Mood has had enough of this fishy fiend and says,
We're not going to just sit around and wait for that thing to pick us off one by one.
So you think what? You're gonna catch it?
Right, 2 questions. Where's he going to get the cat shit from? And why would it be useful? So the new plan is to go and grab a chunk of meat off the wall, slam it on a hook and then throw it to Mr. Shark, keeping him from moving around freely. Then while they're setting up the trap, Dr. Mood has a talk with Brent as he's noticed the tension between him and Pi.
Because I can see by that look in your eye, whatever was there, still is.
Guys, I can clearly hear you! I'm less than 10 feet away! Then Brent finally talks to Pi and it's quite touching because they do still love each other. Aww. Anyway, it's game time, so they drop in the meat, but the shark doesn't seem to take an interest in it. Then suddenly, ADR Man is revealed to be the masked bastard without the mask! I mean, who could have seen that coming? Besides absolutely everyone.
Stay back! I saved this last bullet for you, Doyle!
Doyle?
You son of a bitch.
And he wants to use Soggy as live bait for the shark because he's a rotter.
Kirby, listen to me. You don't want to do this.
Don't I?
Donut tries to reason with him, but he's like,
Shut up, cop! Don't bullshit me!
I'm the baddie, and my philosophy is...
Whatever happens, happens!
A philosophy so profound it could have only came from him. Or anyone else.
If anyone thinks about touching her...
Then I'll tell you not to, but then stab through the back! He's impaled by Dr. Mood. The others help Soggy out of the water and decide to use the bastard as live bait instead. And he gives us some of the best facial expressions I've seen in ages. So in he goes and the shark turns him into bastard-flavoured chunky bits. And it also gets hooked in place, so the plan worked. Back in the car park and wahey! Gigantus the Conqueror isn't dead after all! Amazing. Now I want to see it fight the shark and win. You know that's not going to happen. It will when I make my own shark movie. And I'm going to give it a jetpack and machine guns for good measure. Then Jim taps a pipe above them to let the others know they're trapped down there, even though he doesn't know they're alive. So Nikki and Brent decide to go down and save them, with Pi giving him a good luck smooch for good luck. So they make their way down there with Jim and Shoes happy to see them, but they're almost immediately set upon by the car park shark. Then Nikki remembers there's a gun inside her dad's police car, so Brent grabs both it and a taser gun and does a completely unnecessary but completely excellent hero dive into the water, where he waits for the shark to attack him before blowing a hole right through its head with the shotgun. Yeah, take that, you foul-finned fishy fuck. They make their way back up top, but the others haven't been able to get out through all the rubble. So Dr. Mood comes up with a plan.
I'm gonna blow us away out of here!
Man, you must have super powerful breath. But before he can, the building starts shaking again, which frees the shark from its hook. So while Dr. Mood attaches the car's tow cable to the power supply, Brent hangs upside down off these bars, and just as the shark pops out to attack, slow-mo taser, father mucker! Which zaps the bastard into oblivion. Then Dr. Mood hits the switch and boom! The entrance goes kablamo, proving the best way to escape a collapsing building is indeed to explode your way out. And so the day is saved. Our survivors finally make it out into the daylight, and Brent says, well, at least the damage isn't as bad as I thought. End of movie. And there we have it, folks. Bait is certainly an odd one. While I don't think it's great due to its mostly terrible writing, mostly terrible acting, and mostly terrible CGI, on the other hand, it does have pretty good action, pretty good gore, and pretty good practical effects. So I guess it balances out quite well, and overall I always have fun watching it, so I can't complain too much. So, Bait, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you loathe it? Let me know in the comments below, and I just want to give a big thank you to all my channel members for voting for this movie for me to cover. And if you want to vote on which movie I cover next month, then join up as a channel member today. But until next time, here's some outtakes for you. Also, there will be full spoilers ahead, but that coffee beans, shark bark. Also, there will be full spoilers ahead, but if that doesn't bother you, then grab your... I can't remember! There's only one bloody thing it could be, and I still can't remember to do it right. Somebody do something! Shake your head like... Somebody do something! Woo! My can went... Christ, imagine how embarrassed you'd be when you found it. This banging has been banging all fucking afternoon. How am I supposed to do my work when banging? Shut up! You road work fellas.
You're all a bunch of sick bastards.